It's opening night of the newly rebranded 2019 USL Championship season. San Antonio FC welcoming in Phoenix Rising FC as we kick things off here in the new season. And a pleasant good evening. Welcome upstairs to the broadcast booth along with Matt Barnes. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us as we kick off the new season. Matt, San Antonio FC finished outside the playoff table a year ago with just 14 wins. And that put them in ninth in the Western Conference. And talking with Darren Powell and training leading up to this season, it was a lot about new energy and new faces to the club. And certainly they accomplished that. 15 new players on the roster as we begin things coming into play tonight.
That's right, Dan. It's great to be in the booth with you. And it's pretty normal that teams in the USL are having this type of turnover. So I'm excited to see what both of these teams are doing with all the new faces, but especially SAFC and what Darren and Tim Holt have put together.
And as you see some of those new faces, Amer Djidic on the back end, all USL with Swope Park Rangers a couple seasons ago back in 2016. As for who is still here for San Antonio FC, that would be 6 players, and it also includes 2 players who begin their 4th season with the club. Goalkeeper Matt Cardoni and Rafa Castillo, the ageless wonder, playing in his 21st season. Ever Guzman is also back. Matt, he led the club last season, 11 goals, now 16 all-time for San Antonio FC in his career.
Yeah, it's great when you can bring your leading scorer back in, and with the the addition of Billy Forbes, that brings your 2 most productive players back in the same squad, and they're both starting tonight.
And you mentioned Billy Forbes. He is back after playing last season in Phoenix. He led the club 10 goals back in 2017, and he'll be a valuable piece for San Antonio as they begin the season here tonight. Matt, the USL Championship rebranded as we mentioned. Now 36 teams, 7 new franchises, and a new playoff format as well. Should be exciting.
I'm really looking forward to it. The sport's growing with leaps and bounds, and this is just another example of how bountiful the sport's doing in America right now. So we're excited about both conferences, and especially the Western Conference.
Well, San Antonio FC and Phoenix Rising FC meeting for the first time this season. This is the Western Conference champions from a year ago, lost in the USL Cup final to Louisville City. What do you expect out of tonight's game, Matt?
Well, I'm looking forward to the coaching matchup. You have a first-year coach with Rick Schantz that actually jumped into the interim coach last year and took this squad, the Phoenix squad, to the national championship. And I'm really excited to see what Darren Powell's doing. He's brought in a new assistant coach, and I think they've injected some real life and some really good athleticism in this team. So I'm excited to see tactically how tonight plays out.
It should be a lot of fun. San Antonio, Phoenix Rising FC. They'll meet twice this season. They kick off the season tonight, and San Antonio FC looking to treat the supporters that have made their way to Toyota Field to 3 points here this evening. You can see from our new broadcast perch this year, should be a lot of fun as we kick things off on this Saturday night in March here in South Texas. San Antonio FC Soccer is brought to you by Toyota. Go to buyatoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. We'll have our starting 11s and kickoff when we return after this.
I pulled over immediately to the Chick-fil-A parking lot.
It was raining, pouring down raining.
I was panicking. I was just so upset as I don't know how to change a tire. Then Robert came running over to me.
I felt sorry for her standing out in the rain. And I just asked, did she need help?
I was just so happy to see him. He helped me change my tire.
Robert's tire changing service.
He's a lifesaver. It just made me feel good to know that there's people like Robert out here in the world.
Boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry. Wow, she's good. Off-roading. Forerunner. Treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
At the heart of a team, there must be passion, that burning desire to rise to the top, to make the most complicated tasks seem simple and executed seamlessly, with laser focus, knowing precisely what your every move requires. Because in the end, there is only one goal in mind: the outcome. That's how great teams operate, and it's all based on trust. That's why these two teams came together.
Welcome back to Toyota Field, opening night, 2019 USL Championship season. San Antonio FC gets a tough draw to begin the year as they take on the defending Western Conference champions, Phoenix Rising FC. Our starting 11s tonight as we see how Phoenix Rising FC lines up this evening, and a lot of familiar faces for their squad. 13 returnees, including Solomon Asante, might be a preseason MVP candidate, Matt. Last year, 14 goals. He was second on the Rising squad.
He was fantastic. I even had a chance to go to Phoenix and watch him play, and just love watching him play.
Phoenix last year finishing 19-9-6. San Antonio FC last year finishing 14 wins, 12 losses, 8 draws. And as we look at their starting 11 for tonight, a couple of the familiar faces that we talked about. Matt Cardone gets the start in goal. He had 13 starts a year ago with 6-5-2. And you see Billy Forbes and Lance Lang returning. They'll play opposite each other tonight on the outside.
It's nice seeing Billy. They've inverted Billy out on the right so he can come into his favorable left foot and see how he does with that tonight.
And we are underway. Happy to have you along with Matt Barnes, our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us from Toyota Field as the 2019 USL Championship season is underway. It is the first time in 4 years that San Antonio FC kicks things off here at home. Early service into the box and an early header over goal from Lance Lang. Lang came on board August of last season, very late August, Matt, but in 10 games with the club, he finished with 5 goals, 6 assists, and he was outstanding. What an infusion of energy for the club late in the year.
Yeah, and it's nice that they can bring somebody back as well with the additions of bringing Billy Forbes back as well. Gives them some firepower on both sides.
You mentioned Billy's going to line up on the right. The last time he was in San Antonio as a member of this club 2 years ago, he was primarily used on the left side. That now is occupied by Lance Lang, so we'll see Billy out on the right side sprawled tonight. And for San Antonio FC, the biggest difference this year is they have an entirely new backline, which is not something you often see at the professional level, where you completely change up your back four. Well, the retirement of Greg Cochran and Stephen McCarthy has prompted massive changes in the back end for Darren Powell's club this year.
Yeah, it's tough to do that when you can't bring steady faces back to that back line as a coaching staff. It's just going to take some time to sort things out. But I know Darren and the crew are really excited about this back four, and they're very athletic and have great experience.
In that back four tonight, as you saw on the outside, Kai Green, who spent the last 3 seasons with Rio Grande Valley FC, and Ebi Akan, who is a rookie, 25 years old. He played at Bowling Green State for a couple of seasons. And then you've got Amer Cidic, who we highlighted at the top, a native of Edmondson in his 4th season, and Joshua Yarrow, who played some time with Philadelphia Union in Major League Soccer. In fact, he was the 2nd overall pick back in the 2016 Major League Soccer Super Draft. So there is some good pedigree back there, particularly of those 2 center backs, talking about Cidic and Yarrow.
And they're young, right? So what you hope to see is that these guys can grow together over the course of this season and even beyond that.
It's Pekka. He is wearing the armband this year as the captain for San Antonio FC. Greg Cochran wore it last year towards the end of the year. As he plays upfield, that's the youngster Christian Perano, wearing number 19, and he is only 19 years old. And he might be the surprise of training so far for San Antonio. A youngster who only played 1 game last year professionally in Argentina, but he comes from a very good pedigree system, that River Plate Academy in Argentina, and they like what he brings to the table. As Jack Barmby enters the box, Barmby puts it on goal, save! Christian Guzman finishes San Antonio FC! And have they waved it off for offside? Looks like they have. As ever, Guzman thought he had the Barmby rebound for the finish.
We'll have to see the replay on that. I thought they were going to allow that one.
That was Jack Barmby's first touch into the box. Barmby spent the last 3 seasons with Timbers too, and there you see the finish from Ever Guzman. And a late flag opposite from him. Center referee tonight is Malik Badawi with Francisco Bermudez and Jeremy Weed. William Hale is the 4th official. Service across the face, a goal there from Solomon Asante, taken down into the box by Junior Flemings, one of the new acquisitions. Not many new acquisitions for Rick Shantz and his Phoenix Rising FC, but Junior Flemings came over from the Tampa Bay Rowdies, where he had 6 goals a year ago.
Look, Dan, this is what you wanted to see from SAFC tonight, though. They're getting off to a really positive start. Billy is getting forward, good crosses into the box, and then obviously almost scored a goal there. So it's exciting, and I think what a lot of us were hoping to see from this group.
There's Josh Yarrow moving through the middle of the field. Ebia Khan. Outside it comes Barmby. Barmby. Service into the box, finds Guzman on the end of it, and Carl Wazinski is there to make the save. Wazinski now in his 5th season with Phoenix Rising FC, their longest tenured player, his 87th appearance for the club last year, finishing with 18 wins, 6 losses, 6 draws in 30 appearances.
There's a great cross into the box from Barmby there too with his left foot.
Jack Barmby, 33 games in USL as a member of Timbers too, also 29 appearances with the first team, Portland Timbers. A couple of goals for him. His father, Nick Barmby, played in the English Premier League. Several teams throughout his career, so there's good pedigree there with Barmby, and I like what he brings to the team up front, and obviously we've seen already some excellent technique from the youngster.
Yeah, it's easy to forget the kid's only 24, and he doesn't even turn 25 till the end of the after the season's over. So even though he's got some great experience, he's still a very young player.
Phoenix Rising FC. They were 1 goal away from a USL championship a season ago. It's Billy Forbes down in the area, and a corner awarded to San Antonio. As Billy gets his first touch in a dangerous spot. And already you have to love the chances for San Antonio here in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm loving it. And I'm telling you, this kid, this 19-year-old, Pirano, is something special. I got to see him in training and see him in the preseason. And I tell you, San Antonio fans are in for a treat this year. This kid's very dynamic.
Lance Lang became the primary service in-swinger at the second half of the season. And that's a deep in-swinging cross that'll get through the defense and all the way back down to the opposite corner where it's taken by Yarrow and finally stripped of the ball. Now that was one area where Darren Powell certainly lamented through the course of the season. They could not find a good in-swinger on set pieces until Lance Lang came to the club in late August.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are in the box if you can't get the ball in the right spots. So it's definitely helpful in those situations.
And a foul here that'll be called on Jose Aguinaga. Spent last season playing with New York Red Bulls 2, 6 goals a season ago. Real pleasant night as we start things off here. 76 degrees, light winds out of the northeast, very low humidity, and you never know what to expect in South Texas here in March. In fact, the beginning of this week, we were sitting below 30 degrees if you woke up in the morning, so the temperatures have become very comfortable here as we kick things off this season. San Antonio outfitted in their blacks trimmed in red and white, and Phoenix Rising FC in their away whites trimmed in red and black. That's Adam John. Up front will operate as the number 9 for Rick Schantz's club. A lot of Major League Soccer experience. They had to replace their striker from a year ago, Chris Cortez. Finally left the club, but what a season he had last year for Rising. With 19 goals, he was second in the Western Conference and 4th in the entire league. So Adam John, who has 12 goals in Major League Soccer play and 12 goals in just 41 games in USL play, spent significant time in Sacramento in their championship season back in 2014. Gidic, maybe San Antonio's best acquisition overall on the back end, will play center back this year to start opposite Yarrow. The turnover, and this is the man you don't want with the ball, Asante, as he sends it forward. A nice job by Kai Green. There's Pirano. Some fancy footwork in the midfield, putting it out wide for Billy Forbes. Forbes last season, of course, member of this Rising squad. And after 10 goals in San Antonio, just 3 in Phoenix, had some injuries to deal with, and never really got on track for a club that had 68 goals. Lang enters the box. Lang puts it across the pacing ball, and San Antonio FC is on the board. Ever Guzman, number 17 all time in San Antonio FC colors.
Yeah, just fantastic work from SAFC here. And again, Guzman just keeps finding himself in great spots inside the box. Second or third time that they've put the ball in there, and he's just finding really good space for himself. Fantastic ball. Attacked the inline, got a good ball right in inside the goalkeeper's 6 box and slot that home. Fantastic start for SAFC.
So it's been all SAFC here in this first quarter hour. Ever Guzman, 11 goals a season ago. That now gives him 17 goals in 39 all-time matches when you include the postseason run for San Antonio 2 years ago. 16 goals in USL regular season play for the 30-year-old, now appearing in his 16th season out of Moreleon, Mexico. And an excellent finisher in the box, and you see right there, San Antonio, who had very good reviews in training in preseason from Darren Powell, doesn't look like a club that has 15 new faces on the roster to start the season.
Not at all, and I think this is what we've all been waiting for, just to see a team in San Antonio that's just attacking and possessing the ball well. They're spreading the ball around the park very well, and it's a great start for them tonight.
Mustafa Dumbaya, as he pushes forward. John hands it off. Kavan Lambert works it across the field. Stepping up here into the attack now for Rising. Asante, as he was in the vicinity of that service in along with John, and it's defended out. Phoenix forced to reset a little bit here after absorbing waves of San Antonio FC pressure in the first 10 minutes of the match. Matt Cardoni, 25 years old, native of San Antonio, played collegiately here at Trinity. Once again begins things as the starting keeper for San Antonio. It's been a kind of a roller coaster ride for Matt in his San Antonio career, as Guzman will get on the end of this ball over the top. Returns it back out wide to Billy Forbes. Forbes attacking in here on the cross to Lang, unable to settle. Cidic and Yarrow. With John pressing, Lambert as well. San Antonio will switch the play. Barmby. And might have gone off his hand. They'll play on. San Antonio last season, -5 in goal differential. They had 43 goals, or -3 rather, 45 goals for, 48 goals against. Far cry from where they were a couple of seasons ago, where they were one of the best in clean sheets and fewest goals conceded. And obviously would like to get back to that more defensive brand of play here in 2019. Yarrow, with the pressure coming from Flemings and John, and Yarrow will switch the play back across.
Dan, the best way to defend is to keep possession of the ball, and they're doing a good job of it so far.
San Antonio FC last season was a possession team that was pretty good, 78% overall possession. Phoenix struggled in possession, or 51%, 78% successful passing, 51% for possession numbers. Phoenix was a club that was only 47% in the regular season and only 36% in the postseason, more of a counterattack style of club that had a lot of firepower up front when you factor in Asante, Cortez, Billy Forbes, Jason Johnson, who's in the 18 for them tonight, not starting. They like to play that counter style very well, Matt.
That's right. Don't forget Drogba was running around and
Drogba
roaming
was
around
running
the
around
park
too.
as well. They were an absolute handful last year going forward. And like I said, I had a chance to watch them play several times. And Just an incredibly good counterattacking team. And that's what San Antonio's going to have to watch out for here, is not get comfortable in this lead and just understand that this team can punch them right back, and they can do it pretty quickly.
Army brings it down, and we'll earn San Antonio FC's second corner here of the match. Already ahead 1-0 on Ever Guzman's opening goal in the 9th minute on the service from Lance Lang. Lang now the outswinger here on the near side. Five in the top of the 6-yard box, and Yarrow got on the end of that one, but he delivers it over goal. And it continues to be all San Antonio here as we cross through the first quarter hour.
Yarrow does a good job finding the end of the ball here, just misses it. You kind of like to see him, if he can, hit that ball back the way that came. But did a great job putting his head on it.
Wazinski sends it upfield. Wazinski last season just 29 goals conceded, less than a goal per match, 13 clean sheets. He's tied for third in league play and the most all time for Phoenix Rising, formerly Arizona United. You see Adam John there. Up top as San Antonio resets. Cardoni. They were talking before, Cardoni's kind of had a bit of a roller coaster ride in San Antonio, where he's been the starting keeper, the backup keeper, and get a foul on Pirano.
Yeah, but he's such a good shot stopper, and I know everybody feels comfortable with him between the pipes, and he's a young goalkeeper, a local product, and you know, definitely a fan favorite. He's got the biggest sign out there, the beard over in the left corner in front of the supporters stand, and he's definitely a fan favorite, and there's a reason for that.
Lambert returns Mala across, Lamar Batista, Amadou Dia. And a foul on James Musa. Second season here with, or a foul, beg your pardon, will be on Pirano in that collision with Musa. As Pekka comes over.
Yeah, I don't even see a foul in that at all. He went up for the ball straight up for it and actually got hit in the back a little bit from the Phoenix player. So might agree with the fans on this one.
A set piece awarded here for Phoenix Rising FC in the 18th minute. San Antonio on top 1-0. Whipped into the box and headed out. Doumbia, Asante takes contact from behind from Ebi Akan. And Solomon Asante will slow to get up. He's wearing the armband this season as the Phoenix captain. 29 years of age, 13th season, native of Ghana. Second in the USL in chances a year ago created, 108.
Yeah, he's definitely a handful. He's an exciting player, and he's got a great personality on and off the field. You know, going back to that free kick, that's what you want to see. I know we have a new back line there, but center back did a great job putting his hat on it. Yiddish.
Asante whips that in, will result in the first corner of the match for Phoenix Rising FC. This season, Matt, San Antonio FC scored first in just 12 of their matches out of 34. And 3 scoreless draws, but for a club that oftentimes 2 years ago found themselves getting ahead, it just never seemed to happen. More often they were on the conceding end of things, particularly in the first quarter hour of the match.
think maybe they're just excited because it's their first time in franchise history to have their first game of the season at home. So what a great time to save that opening goal and getting the first goal for.
They're 2-0-1 all-time in season openers. 2-0-1 as well in home openers. Beat St. Louis in their home opener a year ago. And they have never lost to Phoenix Rising FC here at Toyota Field. The fourth season between these two clubs. San Antonio, 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. That 1 draw was here at Toyota Field. Barmby slips past Kevon Lambert. Lambert recovers off his back foot. Will hand to Ever Guzman. Jenna with the ball at his feet. Gidic, Kai Green. Switch the play out wide. Billy Forbes. Forbes. Service into the box. Brought down. Luigi Mala will play it outside. Lamar Batista and Pirano. He's been all over the field here early. Pirano is able to shrug off Batista. And at the end of things, Phoenix able to defend out. Lamar Batista was sent on loan from LAFC yesterday, joining the club. Played last season in Portland. He was a teammate of Jack Barmby. And Guzman unable to finish the run on this ball sent in by Ebi Akon. Ever Guzman scoring in the 9th minute his 17th career goal with San Antonio FC, most all-time in club history. And basically picking up where he left off. He scored the last goal of the season for San Antonio in their 1-1 draw with Rio Grande Valley FC on the final night of the regular season last year. Scores the first goal of the 2019 campaign. Musa turning Aguinaga for Solomon Asante. Asante will run at Gidic. Asante puts it into the box. It's in. Rising the equalizer. On the end of it, Junior Flemings gets it through Matt Cardonian in. And Phoenix has leveled the game at 1.
Yeah, I hate to see that. Gidic had an opportunity to do a little bit better with that ball. Gave it away in his own half. And then, again, exactly what we talked about. Phoenix made him pay for it.
Junior Flemings, his 24th career goal in USL play after scoring 6 last season with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And well, that chance created again by, who else? Solomon Asante, who will pick up the assist.
Yeah, I was wondering how Solomon was going to do out here tonight. And, again, he's just a handful. If you don't keep an eye on him, he's going to hurt you.
So leveled once again at 1, as you saw Rick Shantz. He took over as the interim head coach on June 12th when Patrice Carteron departed for Egypt. Middle of the season. It was the second time that Shantz came on as the interim head coach. And finally the interim tag was removed from him over the off-season. Finished the year 12-6-2 and then steamrolled through the Western Conference playoffs of the USL Cup tournament before eventually succumbing at the end to Louisville City in the USL Cup final 1-0. But I mean, when I say steamrolled, they rolled through Portland, Swope, and Orange County on their way to that Cup final there, Matt.
Yeah, they just put it together at the right time, and Rick and his crew did a really nice job. You know, anytime you lose a head coach in mid-season or any part of the season, it's tough because you don't know how that locker room's going to handle it. And I think the whole staff did a great job and pushed that team right on through to the final.
Rick Shantz, longtime coach in Arizona. He spent time with FC Tucson, which is now the League One affiliate of Phoenix Rising FC. There's a giveaway by Ebi Akon. Gidic able to step back up and make the interception. And we'll get a foul against Phoenix. And a free kick for San Antonio. Ever Guzman in the 9th minute. Junior Flemings in the 22nd. As we're level at 1. And this foul on Aginaga. Dwigimala returns Carl Wazinski. Upfield, Amadou Dia. And errant ball from Lamar Batista. How does the game change now that it's leveled at 1, and not only was Phoenix able to absorb the first onslaught from San Antonio, but able to equalize things as well?
Yeah, pretty impressed with Phoenix to get back and do that. You got a good crowd here tonight. San Antonio got off to a fantastic start, so it looks like Phoenix has found their nerves a little bit and starting to play a bit. So we'll see how this all plays out, but it's definitely within the first 25 minutes here, a pretty interesting match.
Pirano was making the run into the box, as you saw. He went down, there was no call, and now Junior Fleming's the goal scored down on the pitch, and they're going to wave out the trainer here as a foul was called on San Antonio. There's that run by Pirano taking some contact into the box there.
I think Pirano is going to take a lot of that. He's just such a dynamic, fast player. He's just going to be mixing it up. I love how he plays, and I think he's going to find himself in a lot of those little situations this year. And I just love his attitude. He bounces right back up and gets on with it.
He's like the little Energizer buddy. 5'4", 145 is what he is listed at, Christian Pirano, as we take another look here at the foul. Junior Fleming's looked like he knocked in the face there by Kai Green.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's intentional, but he got him and probably deserves the call.
But Pirano, who played last year San Martin in Argentina, just one match he entered in. He was in the 18 for several matches, never got in, and he's only 19 years of age, and has a lot of confidence from the staff to put a 19-year-old who's only got one pro match under his belt in the starting 11 on opening night.
Yeah, it just doesn't take long when you watch this kid train and you watch him play. You know he's got something special, and you know, I'll keep saying he's going to put his stamp on this season somehow. He's dynamic, he's fast, he's aggressive, he's creative. It's everything you want to see in a midfielder.
He's one of the few youngsters up front for San Antonio FC. Again, that's Asante down on the field, and the fans getting marginally agitated at either the embellishment, perhaps for Phoenix early on, or the way that the game has been refereed here so far to this point.
Yeah.
Embellishment might be polite.
Yeah, I think you're being very kind. It's the second or third time, you know, Sante's rolled around a bit, and that's a bit of an embellishment.
You heard some chuckles downstairs as well after they showed the replay on the board. But going back to my point before, I was looking at the breakdown of San Antonio's FC's roster, the average age of the forward and the midfielders, not including the 15-year-old Leo Torres, who we'll talk about here, 27 years of age and 10 years of experience in pro soccer, with a lot of that being occupied by Ever Guzman, Lance Lang, and Billy Forbes. On the back end, the average age only 23 and a half and only 2 years of pro experience. So a little bit of a vast difference from what you have on the back end and what you have up front to start the season.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big challenge for Darren and Alan on this season, is how can they get this back line to, you know, gel, and if they can get them dialed in and working with that midfield, I think you're going to see something special. But again, you know, it was a mistake from the back line that gave the ball away for the goal, and I think they're just going to have to go through some of those growing pains. But I will say it's nice to see that you have that midfield with so much experience, and then the front runners are fantastic as well. So just a different makeup of this team this year, and you're already seeing it on the pitch. I think it's a little bit more exciting, and they're playing just more possession-based ball, and they're moving the ball around really well.
Asante continues to get worked on outside the touchline. Darren Powell now in his fourth season. San Antonio FC, their overall record under Darren, 41 wins, 27 draws, 27 losses. They've been outstanding here at home. 25 wins, 15 draws. They have lost just 8 times in 3 years here at Toyota Field. And you mentioned Alan Marcino's back in San Antonio. Spent the last couple of years coaching the Des Moines Menace. And he joins the club as an assistant, along with former captain Ryan Rashandel, who's now an assistant as well for San Antonio. So not only changes on the field, but changes off the field as well.
That's right. I think it was a smart move by Darren bringing Alan back. He was here with the Scorpions, and I actually worked with Alan a little bit, signing Billy Forbes' first contract out of college, and won an NASL championship here as well. So I think it's smart from Darren and Tim to bring him in, and he's injected some new players and some new faces, and I think it's a smart hire. And
the story goes, Alan Marcina had a contact that watched video of Christian Pirano and suggested that they bring the young man in on an opportunity. He did more than impress enough to earn himself a roster spot in a contract after really just a mere week or so of the preseason.
Yeah, it's incredible to think that there's kids like this out there that have, played one professional game last year. But they may have trouble holding on to him if he's what he appears to be.
I was going to say Alan's already done his job. If that's all we get from him this season, kudos for you. But I know we're going to get a lot more from Alan Marcina and the entire coaching staff this season for San Antonio FC. As we're a half hour in, leveled at 1. Guzman in the 9th minute and Junior Fleming's in the 22nd minute from Phoenix Rising to level things. Last year, these two clubs split the 2-game set. San Antonio winning at home 3-2 on September the 8th, and it was all Phoenix 4-0 just a couple of weeks prior out in the Valley. Lifetime San Antonio 4-2-1 in their 7 meetings here against Phoenix Rising FC, and as mentioned, they've never lost to Phoenix here at Toyota Field in the 3 previous seasons, looking to keep that streak alive. You see Asante's back on the field, looks well rested, better than ever, as he's shrugged off whatever has ailed him so far tonight.
That's right, a little magic spray, a little magic sponge, and good to go.
Gianich will step in front of him as he defends this one away from Asante. Here's Barmby. Pekka. Combination with Barmby. Return ball to Pekka. And Lang will fill on the outside. Lang will service in, and it'll result here in a throw for San Antonio. Lance Lang came over from FC Cincinnati. It's hard to believe that as ever Guzman will take the ball in the area, return to Lang, set it through. Billy Forbes couldn't get on the end of that one. Guzman will run it down, saving it from going over the touchline. Geno gets a step on the outside and will earn San Antonio a corner. I was about to say, it's hard to believe that FC Cincinnati had so much talent that they could afford to let a guy like Lance Lang go late in the season, but what an unbelievable addition at the end of the year for San Antonio.
Yeah, absolutely, and you just saw Billy just made a great run in the box and just missed that. And looks like the referees awarded a free kick just outside of the box. He brought that ball back out, rightfully so.
And a yellow has been handed out to Kevon Lambert, who was sent off twice a year ago. So he plays with a little bit of an edge in the 33rd minute, gets the first yellow of the season, and a dangerous opportunity for San Antonio here as Lang will take it right at the edge of the box. 6 in the box here for San Antonio, looking to accept this free kick. Lang puts it just wide of goal on the outside.
Yeah, he got a hold of that, hit it really well. So you can see the difference when somebody's swinging balls into the box. It just gives San Antonio an opportunity every time they get a set piece. Yeah, it's a fantastic ball. Love to see somebody get on the end of that.
Especially you put him on his left foot, on his proper side, and in swinging that ball in. And we saw that just so many times last season once he came on board. What a difference it made in San Antonio's attack. Lang will hand this one to Barmby. Barmby puts it off Mustafa Dumbaya, and a throw for San Antonio. Lang goes quickly. Barmby brings it down for Lang. Amadou Dia sends it sky high into the air, settled under by Kai Green. Dia will put it back out. Pirano. And Pirano concedes to Junior Flemings, who will come the other way on the counter. James Musa switches the play. Lambert. The possession to Dumbaya. Asante was making the run outside. Now will return back to get it. And Asante has already become the first public enemy at Toyota Field this year. That didn't take very long. Junior Flemings, the goal scorer for Phoenix. Adam John turns, puts it out. Aginaga returns to John. And now Lambert getting forward here along with Dumbaya. Dumbaya making the run, sends it into the box, and Gidic will turn it off for a corner.
Gidic has done a good job in that box tonight. He's played several balls away that have come in crosses, and he's been very, very good in the air as well. So it's nice to see a pretty good start from him.
Last run there for Mustafa Dumbaya. Amer Gidic a season ago in Swope, 157 clearances, 42 interceptions, 26 blocks. Anchored a Swope team that made the playoffs 3 consecutive years when he was there, and went to the USL Cup final in back-to-back seasons, 2016, 2017. That's a low ball from Asante that got through across the face of goal. Lambert trying to bring it down, and finally settled by Barmby. Musa with an errant touch, brought down inside the box, however, by Lamar Batista, and then he gave it up. Although conceded right back, however, by Pekka. Wrestles down his man. Before that, the foul against Phoenix.
Yeah, it's an easy call for the referee. Game's gotten a little bit chippy after both goals are scored, and I would kind of expect that on opening night. A couple of proud franchises. Both these teams really want to get after it and do well.
Especially when you think about there are familiar faces on both sides who've played for both sides. Billy Forbes for San Antonio, and Devin Vega, Jason Johnson on the opposite side for Phoenix. Guzman. And Lambert will put it out. That will just cross before the corner stick. And San Antonio will earn their 4th corner of the match. Jason Johnson in the 18 tonight, as is Devin Vega for Rick Schans's Phoenix Rising crew. We'll see them perhaps maybe in the second half as this game unfolds. Meanwhile, here's Lang. Across the field to take it. Flemings makes the turn there on Kai Green. With good speed, that's defended well by Green on the tackle.
Really good from Green.
Kai Green missed almost the second half of the season last year, suffered an injury at Rio Grande Valley, limited him to just 18 games, 15 starts. I asked Darren Powell about him. He said, not only is he familiar with the league, but he's familiar playing in Texas, and I think that also becomes an important factor as you get into those summer months of June, July, and August. Here's Billy Forbes. Lambert catches up to him. Forbes stays with the ball, chips it in. Here's Lang. Can't get the attempt off. Lang plays it across for Forbes. He turned it wide with a header. Multiple chances early in this first half for San Antonio.
This is what Billy does best. He picks up a ball and just runs at defenses, slips a little ball in, and then makes a nice run into the box and almost gets a goal. It's good positive work from him tonight so far.
Adam John whistle for the foul on Pekka is down.
Yeah, you can see Pekka tried to jump that tackle a bit, just got into his foot.
This is Pekka's 48th appearance with San Antonio FC. The 29-year-old in his 11th season just operates so well in that holding midfield position. Billy Forbes able to elude the challenge on the outside. Drives into the box. Billy with a lead. Billy gives San Antonio FC the lead with a strike on his left foot, and it's 2-1 before halftime to the home side.
Great strike from Billy the Kid. You can just see it coming all night. Every time he picks up that ball, he gets up ahead of steam. He's running at these guys, and it's exactly what I told Darren in training this week. It's where we used him in Turks and Caicos. I love him out on the right for this reason exactly. He can cut into that favorable left foot and absolutely blast one home. What a fantastic goal 5 minutes before halftime.
No chance for Wazinski. Billy Forbes. Now his 11th goal with San Antonio FC after scoring 10 times 2 years ago in his 31 appearances with the club. 7 was not available because Lance Lang occupied that number, and so he added a second 7, and now wears 77 this season.
What a great moment for Billy. Just so excited to come back to San Antonio and to be able to do that in the home openers. Just unbelievable. Great goal from him.
So if you like offense on opening night, we've had 3 goals here in this first half, which oftentimes has not necessarily been the case at Toyota Field. In previous seasons, San Antonio's been content to play the first 45 minutes 0-0 if they can and try to open things up in the second half. But we have seen the numerous opportunities primarily for the home side tonight so far in the first 45 minutes, but they've given up their chances as well on the defensive end too. And for Billy Forbes, re-signing with a team where he had his most success in USL play 2 years ago, part of a San Antonio club that won 18 times or 17 times in the regular season, 18 times when you include that playoff victory against Tulsa Roughnecks. 17-4-11, a club that outscored their opponents by a count of 45-24 in the regular season. Billy responsible for 10 of those goals that year and has got number 1 this season along with Ever Guzman here in the first half tonight. And back the other way, here come Phoenix Rising. Junior Flemings puts it in for Adam John, and just like that, we are tied again. John with the equalizer quiets the crowd as he runs across, and how about this opening half at Toyota Field?
Yeah, it's a great answer from Phoenix, and a good ball right across the front of the goal, and just slips it in. And this is something Darren and the crew are going to have to talk about. You come up, you battle and get a 2-1 lead in the 42nd minute. You want to go into halftime, with a lead, and it's definitely going to be something they're going to need to talk about. You just can't give up goals like that.
Is that going to be essentially the growing pains of a new back line in the first couple months of the season, the communication and knowing where everybody is out there?
It's exactly it. It's what I talked about in the pregame a bit. I think they're going to have to go through some of these moments and learning moments. It's early in the season, and they're going to have to learn from it and get better.
And a turnover there for San Antonio allows another possible counter here. Asante, Junior Flemings back into the box. This one's a little bit beyond Asante, and will fall harmlessly for Matt Cardoni. Leveled at 2. Not sure anyone may have expected this offensive output, at least not through 44 minutes tonight. But it has been fun. James Musa, second season with Phoenix Rising, former teammate of Amir Džidić, playing at Swope Park Rangers the prior year. Mustafa hands to Asante. Asante, 1 assist tonight on the goal for Flemings. And Flemings just assisting a moment ago on Adam John's equalizer. And here's Flemings again on the outside, trying to run on Green. This time, Green does well. And he'll return the ball. Oh, it's going to go off Flemings, they'll say. And a ball to throw awarded for San Antonio.
I think he might have given a free kick over in the corner.
We'll have 4 minutes of added time here at the end of the first half. A lot of that probably on account of Solomon Asante. So 4 goals in the first 45 minutes. Is there another one before half? Yarrow, Forbes, out by the touchline. Pirano. As Kai Green returns it back to Yarrow. We'll switch the play for Džidić. And Džidić returns to Cardoni. Ever Guzman in the 9th minute, responded by Junior Flemings in the 22nd. Billy Forbes puts San Antonio FC on top in the 40th minute. And here's Guzman, gives it a go, just wide. As that breakdown happened inside the Phoenix box this time.
This is a nice direct ball right from the center backs. Barmby again is just causing trouble for this team. I'd like to see Guzman put that on frame there. Hit that target and make something happen.
John will settle. Lambert concedes but lands back Aginaga. Out wide it comes. Good run upfield, Doumbia. Across the field to the touchline, Doumbia returns it back to Lambert. Asante chips it in the direction of Flemings. That's Green who settles down, and Yarrow will play it out. Lamar Batista steps up, and Musa unable to save it just below us. That man has been a bit of a headache upfield. Christian Pirano in his USL debut and San Antonio FC debut tonight. Halfway through the 4 minutes of added time in the first half. Leveled at 2. We were giving you the scoring recap before that last opportunity for Cheno Guzman. Billy Forbes, who had given San Antonio a brief lead in the 40th minute before Adam John put the equalizer in the 43rd minute once again. Phoenix has never led tonight, but they have countered both of San Antonio's goals. And the foul here on Ebiakon. So the free kick will be taken out wide here from Aginaga or Asante over the ball. It'll be Asante who will send it in. Brought down by John, edge of the box. John trying to fight his way through 2 defenders and ultimately cleared out. Barmby with the final touch there. Carl Wazinski back in his own area. Flemings, good ball upfield. Lambert, Aginaga making the run inside the area. Puts it in the box. John let it go. Defended out. Pirano puts it off Flemings, and that'll be a throw for San Antonio in the closing seconds here of what has been a wild opening half at Toyota Field. The whistle from Malik Badawi, and 45 minutes in the books tonight. Billy Forbes, Ever Guzman with the goals for San Antonio. The equalizers from Junior Flemings and Adam John. And we are knotted at 2 apiece after one half. Halftime from Toyota Field. Matt and I return after these messages.
To play your favorite game. Blinko Payday at Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel. Win your share of up to $120,000 in cash. 10 winners every Friday and Sunday.
Come and play.
We're out in the pristine, unpolluted waters of the Bering Sea, the most remote area in the entire world practically. The Bering Sea has the most abundant wild cod in the world and the most delicious. Catching fish the way we do it, one at a time on a line, we can focus on catching just cod. And within 1 hour, we chill the fish all the way through because it locks in the quality, it locks in the taste. We go to the ends of the earth for the freshest tasting fish. You just have to go to H-E-B. This is the Wild Alaskan Seafood Department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Do you know what optimism can do? Whatever it wants. We've seen it unlock resilience that makes the impossible inevitable, inspire generosity to put families back on their feet, and give Davids courage to throw rocks at Goliaths. At Frost, we believe optimism can change lives emotionally, physically, and financially. And with your help, we're going to prove it.
Two American icons are joining forces for a collaboration a century in the making. Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel.
It's only a short drive from home.
Over 3,300 slots, poker, and live bingo.
I come for the drinks.
It's a great place to celebrate.
Come and play.
What does it take to be a champion? Skill, strength, vision, an unrelenting desire to prove your worth week in, week out. An army of fans behind you screaming your name. And sometimes just a bit of luck. For 631 games over the course of the next 9 months, 22 players will step on the field to answer the question, why will it be you and not them? And the 36 teams, from the champions of yesterday to the challengers of tomorrow, only one will be right.
pulled up to Chick-fil-A to the drive-thru, and this voice comes on and says, "Welcome to Chick-fil-A." And I was like, what? And so I sang back.
And I was shocked. So now every time Jackie comes through, I'll say, "Good morning," and she'll say,
"Good morning, Lauren." And we've been singing for 5 years now. If she's gonna be there, I know I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna start having some fun.
We're drive-through friends.
Drive-through friends. I think my kids think we're crazy.
Yeah.
Ah, boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry. Wow, she's good. Off-roading. Forerunner. Our treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Providing the fuel to take you there, no matter where there is. Top-tier quality fuels from Valero keep your engine running cleaner, better, and longer.
I'm Greg, and these are armadillo eggs. Me and my buddies are always sitting around a campfire trading stories and talking about grilling. That's where I thought up armadillo eggs. Barbecue marinated chicken stuffed in a jalapeno and wrapped in bacon. They are awesome. I guess H-E-B agreed. They picked them as a Quest for Texas Best finalist. And now they're in H-E-Bs all over Texas. Thanks to H-E-B, our small business has gotten a whole lot bigger. I'm Greg, and this is the best in Texas department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Halftime at Toyota Field, San Antonio FC, Phoenix Rising FC in a barn burner of an opening night. The 2019 USL Championship season. We are level at 2 goals apiece. As we welcome you back upstairs to the broadcast booth along with Matt Barnes. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us. And I'm not sure either coach expected that output offensively in the first 45 minutes of the regular season.
Well, I have to tell you, it was really exciting. I know I'm excited calling the game, and I can imagine what the fans are feeling right now. We haven't seen a lot of that over the course of the last season, so for me, just watching Darren Powell and the crew just totally committed to attacking and scoring goals it's fun to watch, and I know they'll clean things up in the back line.
Been a while since we've had 4 goals in an opening half scored here at Toyota Field. Let's take a look back at how it happened. And San Antonio FC started this game with a bang tonight, Matt. They didn't waste any time as Cheto Guzman getting on the end of a Lance Lang service early.
Yeah, it's a great start for them. And, again, Phoenix has had to come from behind on both goals. So at least, Darren and the crew know that, we're creating chances. Guzman's put himself in a bunch of really good positions inside that box. And then Billy, look, once he gets up ahead of steam, he's just a handful.
Forbes finishing off what is his 11th goal in San Antonio FC colors. And you saw Cheto Guzman getting his 17th all-time goal when you include his one in the postseason. And there was the finish for Adam John late in the first half that leveled things up. And we talked about a new back line this year for San Antonio, Matt, something that hopefully will come together. Darren has mentioned that he expects his club will get better as the season goes along.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what I would have expected coming into this game. Anytime you put 4 new players on a back line, it just takes time for them to figure out, spacing and exactly what they're doing and their communication levels. That just takes time.
Take a look at our numbers from that opening half, and if you like offense, we certainly have that. If you like chances, we've had plenty of those as well. As 11 combined shots between the two clubs, 6 of which have been on target, and a lot of the possession as favored San Antonio, beg your pardon, as you might expect. The one yellow that was handed out to Kevon Lambert early on, but it has been a chippy match tonight, no question about it.
Yeah, it has, and statistically speaking, San Antonio's on top of the game. They're creating more, they're putting more on target, they're possessing the ball better. So I think it's just a matter of them getting in at halftime and clipping up the game plan and just getting these guys to settle down and get back into what they do best.
And I guess the question now is for both coaches who've played a 2-2 first half, a bit more maybe used to if you're Phoenix with the way they outputted offensively last year. What adjustments and how do you use your substitutes here as we begin things in the second half?
Well, look, if I'm Rick Shantz on Phoenix's side, he's got to figure out how to defend these flanks. You've got goals coming in from the left and the right sides. Billy's created one, and Lang's created one on the other side. And if I'm Darren Powell in that staff, let's keep going there. They can't handle the overloads they're creating. On one side, you got Billy and Pirano that are being dynamic, and on the other side, you got Barmby and Lang. And I think Barmby's playing very, very well. He's been very clean in that half, and he's moving the ball well and finding little pockets and seams. So if I'm Darren, I'm just saying, look, let's keep going to those flanks. Let's keep attacking that space. Let's keep trying to create overloads, and I think good things will come as long as this back line can clean things up. And I just think in the transition they need to get a little bit better pressure on the ball. So once they lose the ball in their half, they need to get up. That transition to defending again, they need to get pressure on the ball and get into Phoenix a little bit quicker.
Is it San Antonio's job to be the aggressor, being here at home?
I think so. I think if you wanna win championships and you want to go to conference playoffs, I think you have to do well at home. And from what I'm seeing tonight, look, they're committed to going forward. They're spreading the players out on the field. They're in a 4-3-3 and looking to play across lines and into gaps and seams. I think they're doing a great job. So yep, go for it. See what they can do.
We'll see what happens. Second half coming up. San Antonio and Phoenix leveled at 2. Second half on the other side when we return.
The Children's Bereavement Center provides supports to children and families who have been devastated by a death loss. My name is Blair Thompson, and I am the Managing Director of the Children's Bereavement Center of South Texas. By engaging SWBC PEO, it allows us to minimize our administrative costs so that we can direct more of our resources to serving children and their families. If we had to hire a person to come in, I don't think that we could do it as efficiently. They're not just a vendor for us, they're a partner to us.
Being on a team is about being prepared, knowing exactly what part you play, and doing it. Being focused, letting years of determination and skill be at the forefront. Because in the end, there is only one goal in mind, the outcome. That's how great teams operate, and it's all based on trust. That's why these two teams came together.
Boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading. Forerunner. Treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
45 minutes in the books, 45 minutes on deck. Second half coming up. San Antonio, Phoenix leveled at 2. We bring you the second half next.
The Children's Bereavement Center provides supports to children and families who have been devastated by a death loss. My name is Blair Thompson, and I am the Managing Director of the Children's Bereavement Center of South Texas. By engaging SWBC PEO, it allows us to minimize our administrative costs so that we can direct more of our resources to serving children and their families. If we had to hire a person to come in, I don't think that we could do it as efficiently. They're not just a vendor for us, they're a partner to us.
Being on a team is about being prepared, knowing exactly what part you play, and doing it. Being focused, letting years of determination and skill be at the forefront. Because in the end, there is only one goal in mind, the outcome. That's how great teams operate, and it's all based on trust. That's why these two teams came together.
Boating. Tundra. A little R&R. Camry.
Wow, she's good.
Off-roading. Forerunner. Treasure hunting. Highlander mateys.
Thanks.
Wherever you want to go, we've got a great deal on a Toyota to get you there.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
We start the second half from Toyota Field. San Antonio FC, Phoenix Rising FC are leveled at 2 apiece. Who will take possible 3 points on opening night between these two long-time Western Conference rivals as we are underway in the second half with Matt Barnes, our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us on this opening night, the earliest opening night ever in USL play, and the first time that San Antonio opens at home at Toyota Field. Previous 3 seasons began on the road, including a loss last season in Sacramento and a foul on Pekka to begin things in the second half. We'll see what adjustments come from both coaches. I gather not much offensively for San Antonio, or for Phoenix that matter. We'll see how both coaches play it defensively in the second half. Amadou Dia. Aganaga is upended in the same 11s that began the game, start in the second half. Musa, dangerous ball back, and Wazinski had to head it as he was outside the area. And San Antonio will get the throw.
It was a good job from Wazinski to come out and head that out wide.
Lance Lang, 1 assist tonight. Barmby. Akon returns to Jack Barmby. Guzman on the end of that one. And they have not been shy tonight, Matt, about, well, they haven't been favorable to one particular side. Barmby, Lang, Forbes, Pirano, doesn't matter where it's come from tonight on the entry balls.
No, it's just a nightmare to deal with if you're the other team. And I think this is what teams in the Western Conference are going to have to figure out how to deal with.
Asante slips this one in. Gidic will defend out the throw for Phoenix. Rising squad that scored a franchise best 63 times a year ago. They've got 2 on the board tonight. San Antonio, who only had 45 goals a year ago, they've got 2 on the board as well.
It's nice to see as well, Dan. They're coming out and getting after it right away in the first half. They already had an opportunity within the first minute or 2, and it's exactly what I wanted to see from Darren. Just a commitment to going forward, and that's exciting, you know, for the fans and all of us. So.
And Darren Powell has played different ways in his tenure in San Antonio. When he's had the players, he's gone forward. Ironically, in the year that San Antonio had their most success, they were a team that, you know, really excelled on the counterattack, and that's how they beat a lot of their opponents on most nights, sitting back and picking their spots.
Yeah, and they were very effective at that. But this is, you know, they're in a 4-3-3 when they attack tonight, getting a lot of numbers forward and really committed to getting forward. So it's just, you know, it's fun for all of us to watch.
Carl Wazinski has been beaten twice tonight. A foul, late whistle on Kai Green. Phoenix will pick it up and go quickly here. Aguinagua puts it out wide. Junior Flemings. James Musa back into the middle of the pitch. Lambert let it go through him on the decoy. And fortunate that Ever Guzman didn't take it the other direction. Luigi Malo will play it back. Dia. Over the top, looking in the direction of Aguinaga. And that's defended out by Gidic, who's, well, he's covered a lot of ground tonight, that's for certain.
He has, and he's been very good in the air as well.
85th appearance in USL play for Amir Gidic, who was born in Bosnia and Herzegovina and moved at a young age to Edmonton, Alberta. He's had stints with the Canadian national team through the course of his career. Played at very tiny Baker College outside Kansas City, and that's where the Sporting KC organization found him. He was in their backyard, signed him to a USL contract, and then prior to the 2017 season, signed him to a first-team contract, even though he did not make appearance in Major League Soccer play. Did suit up a couple of times in U.S. Open Cup play for Sporting KC.
Finally got out of Kansas, huh?
He finally did get out of Kansas.
Well, they do a good job. Nate Hauser and the Baker crew up there do a good job. I know he's a two-time All-American in the NAIA. It's a very, very good NAIA program he came out of.
Musa, Adam John. Possession, and we'll play forward here as possession retains with Phoenix over the top. John on the ball, sent upfield. John will track this down to the corner. And getting pressure from behind by Yarrow, who will defend out and a throw for Phoenix. Amadou Dia will come forward after he delivered that ball upfield on the previous sequence. John heads it down. It's taken in the box easily this time by Jack Barmby. We'll send it forward. Duigi Mala ahead of Cheno Guzman, returning back to Wazinski as keeper. Crossing into the 52nd minute at Toyota Field, leveled it to apiece. Wazinski will play this out towards the touchline. Junior Fleming's trying to shrug off Kai Green. That's been a battle all night, Junior Flemings and Kai Green, and this time it's Fleming's whistle for the foul.
Yeah, it's been a fun matchup to watch. These guys both have a lot of pace, and they're getting after it.
Kai Green, 25 years of age, in his fourth season. Played collegiately at Rutgers. We mentioned he's spent the first 3 years of his pro career playing with Rio Grande Valley, also a native of New Jersey. Yarrow. And San Antonio will take the throw. Subs getting loose on both sides. This will go off Aguinagua. And another throw for San Antonio. Musa called for the foul here, drawn by Pirano. Pirano's been a havoc for Phoenix in the midfield tonight. Jidic. Ebi Akan tried to go through a crowd, unsuccessful there as he concedes possession. Asante. Plenty of daylight for him here. Kevon Lambert upfield. Switch the play across and unable to settle. A little bit of a miscommunication as Junior Flemings and Amadou Dia on the overlap kind of cross paths with one another there.
And that's something San Antonio is going to have to be careful of. You just saw him lose the ball in the midfield, and it takes him a little bit to get back into those blocks and defend. So I think that would be one of my big worries right now, is just making sure that transition to defense, that those guys get in and get pressure on the ball, get those blocks tidied up a little bit quicker.
Great ball from Pirano. Guzman, great save. Wazinski got a left toe on it to defend it out. Well, a little tricky play there. The three-way play between Billy Forbes, Christian Pirano, and Ever Guzman at the end of that one.
Good job from Billy splitting those, and Pirano just lays a nice ball in here. Yeah, and they do everything right here. It's just a fantastic save from the goalkeeper.
Fifth quarter of the match for San Antonio. Lang the in-swinger. A low ball that's towed out by Adam John. Pirano on the recovery, back in the middle of the park. San Antonio, great possession numbers in the first half. Not as good with the ball here, maybe in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
And again, this is where they need to organize themselves, because this is where Phoenix is very dangerous.
Asante across. And Aguinagua Couldn't run it down. That was actually not Asante, but Doumbia who sent that ball in from the outside, getting forward from his defensive position. Cheno Guzman hauled down in the middle of the park. Nduigi Mala. San Antonio trying to go quickly. Here's Pirano. The cheeky little ball there for Billy Forbes. Edge of the box. Billy drives in. Billy puts it across! And a great defensive effort on the end there by Doumbia coming back in front of Cheno Guzman.
It's an exciting kid to watch, doing a no-look pass into Forbes. Billy does a really good job. I love it when players do this. He takes the ball, touches it in, and attacks that inline. When he does that, it draws a goalkeeper out to the near post and draws a defender in. Could have easily scored a goal off that. It was good movement from SAFC.
Just got right in front of Cheno, and they have partially changed where he was going with that on the deflection on the end of that ball. Forbes again, 1 against 3. So good in those situations. Although that time he can't get the ball off, and Yarrow will send it well awry of goal there.
It's good ideas flowing from San Antonio tonight. Really creative, and it's exciting to watch. And again, both of these flanks are just causing trouble for Phoenix right now. They're going to have to figure that out.
One of the newcomers on the bench for San Antonio tonight is Bradford Jamison. You may remember the name. Played with LA Galaxy 2 the last few seasons. Has 10 goals in USL play over 56 games. Also 42 games of Major League Soccer experience for the native of Los Angeles, who was a homegrown signee by Galaxy. Could be possibly inserted here as we go along. Wigimala will step in front of Guzman there. And of course, before we mentioned Vega and Jason Johnson that are on the bench tonight for Phoenix, the former San Antonio FC attackers. One player not available for selection tonight, and will be maybe one of the players we watch as the year goes along, is the 15-year-old Leo Torres, who last month became the first academy product to sign a first-team contract. Now remember, Ethan Bryant, also a product of the academy, but he is playing on an academy contract to keep him eligible for possible college play. Leo Torres at 15 he's making money, Matt. He is on a pro contract. He's not available tonight. He's going to stay with his academy squad, talking with Darren Powell, at least through the completion of their academy season. And then I think it's really up to him in terms of whether or not he makes an appearance this season with San Antonio, even at the young age of 15, as Kai Green will be shown a yellow here in the 59th minute.
Yeah, this is what really excites me about SAFC and what's going on right now. Yeah, that's a good call from the referee. Hard to argue with that. But yeah, going back to that, look, this is a testament to the vision of this club and what Nick Evans has been doing with the academy kids. I had a chance to watch Ethan. He just was in training camp in LA with the youth national team. He looks fantastic. And talking to Nick this week about Leo, he says, you know, it's simple. The kid's the real deal, and that's what's happening now in the States. Is kids, you know, they're signing younger and younger, and at least in the USL Championship, these kids have some pathways to first team minutes, which is important for them.
And at just turning 15 years of age, as this service comes dangerously into the 6-yard box, settled, and that goes off of Gidic, will result in a corner here. It's just, you were talking about they get younger and younger, but that's really, again, the product of why you have an academy in the first place, to prepare these kids for the opportunity to impact your program at the highest level.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't think people in the States see this as much, but in Europe and the rest of the world, it's, you know, this is typically when kids are signing professional contracts at 15 and 16.
Third corner for Phoenix tonight. And we'll do number 4 again as Yarrow defends that one out. San Antonio has had 5 corners in the match as we're just about through an hour's time. Leveled at 2 at Toyota Field on opening night. Matt Barnes, our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us. Amadou Dia whips it across the face of Gold. Brought down there by Doumbaya. Leveled in front there, Flemings. And a foul and a yellow will be shown to Adam John. It's a late run at the ball there by John, and why he gets the yellow there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was worth a yellow, but it was definitely a foul.
So John and Lambert have been shown yellows tonight. For Phoenix, Kai Green has gone into the referees' books for San Antonio with a yellow tonight. Guzman, Pirano. That's the first time we've seen him take a strike at the ball. He has been the creator tonight. But he got some mustard on that shot, even if it went a bit wide.
He did, and he's clearly got the green light to go when he picks up the ball. Does a good job running at the defense here, nice and simple, puts the ball on his left foot and takes a crack at it.
And his speed in itself, it just puts the defense running backward in a very tough position with the way he motors through the middle of the field.
That's right, because if you step in on too early, he's going to beat you on the dribble, and if you stay off of him too far, he's going to create space, hit shots like that. So very tough to handle and hard to defend.
And he'll draw a foul here. Doing a little bit of everything tonight is the young 19-year-old Christian Pirano. And Kai Green concedes possession here, Junior Flemings. Flemings trying to put it on his back foot, lost an edge, went down. And Green sends it out. And a throw for Phoenix.
Again, Jidic has just got to play better balls. You want to see him breaking lines right there instead of getting under pressure and playing a square ball. Really stitched up your teammate when you do that. And it's much better for him in those spaces to try to break a line or at least complete a pass forward if you can.
A bad ball from Musa turns into a chance. Lang with a bid that's deflected out of play, and it'll be a corner for San Antonio. So James Musa got away with a bad ball through the middle of the park there. And San Antonio will get their 6th corner.
Yeah, and you see Lang. Again, you want to see him try to hit the target there, but it's good movement from Guzman out to Lang, puts it on his left foot.
See Barnby take a set piece here, and this is headed out, and now Barnby will take the throw. And another corner for San Antonio. Jack Barnby equally as good on these set pieces as Lance Lang, and just another weapon to have there on the outside.
Yeah, he's got a really nice left peg.
Plays it short, Pirano this time. Back to Barnby, who's got some space inside the area. And that ball delivered in, defended out, lands at the feet of Asante. Sent upfield, Kai Green, good anticipation. Comes away with the ball, got swung inside out, but a foul. That's called on Lambert, already sitting on a yellow tonight. So San Antonio here with a free kick as we move into the 65th minute at Toyota Field. This one probably at about 30 yards out or so. See how San Antonio wants to play it.
Got a couple options here. He's going to have to get a hold of it if he hits it, but he's got his center back. Jidic is up there in the box as well. With looks like he's unmarked right now, so maybe looking to play the ball into that back stick as well.
He's dead on if he wants to go for goal here in the middle of the park. Here's Lang running at the ball. Not sure if he was going for goal, but it was low and hit the wall and over the top. Look out. Phoenix on the counter. Junior Flemings, 3 upfield. Flemings runs in, finds Asante. He just couldn't put it cleanly on his right foot, and San Antonio very fortunate there.
Yeah, really lucky. It's the one thing you can't do in that situation. When you're hitting a free kick, you can't hit the wall from that spot. So if you're going to hit it, put it into the stands or put it in the back of the net or put it into the box. But you just don't want to counterattack off of a free kick in that situation.
This ball over the top, a little bit beyond the reach of Barmby. And then wrestles down his defender, and a free kick here for Phoenix. And now referee Badawi with a word. Barmby and Mala with a show of sportsmanship there. It's nice to see.
Yeah, even though the game's been a little bit chippy, I think the referee's done a good job of keeping control of it.
Lang returns the ball to Barmby, running on the touchline. Service intended for Forbes, defended out. Back to Guzman, and on his back foot. Able to recover there, edge of the box. Lang chips it in. Across, was looking in Perano's direction, never got through to him cleanly. And again on the counter, but before the foul on Phoenix. Asante whistled for it as Jack Barmby went down.
I'll tell you what, impressed with Guzman too, because he's doing a lot of the dirty work out there. He gets in the box, wins the ball back, and then you'll see on tape at some point he makes this really good run right around the defenders.
They saw it was Lambert, not Asante, on the foul there. A free kick for San Antonio. And this one looks more of a better spot for Lance Lang, trying to play it in, whereas before it looked like he was probably trying to go for goal on that previous sequence. We'll see.
Goals are good. Goal kicks are okay here. Hitting the walls not. I like this a lot.
Gidich! Oh, whoa, what a ball in from Lang. Gidich found it just over the crossbar there.
Yeah, you saw that opportunity in the last set piece. This is almost the same thing recreated. And I'll tell you what, he's got to put this in the back of the net if they want to win big games. Yeah, it's just got to get into that ball and head it down and get that thing in the back of the net. It's a fantastic served ball from Lang there. Gidich did a good job getting to it. He's just got to put it in the back of the net, and he knows it.
Bradford Jamison will be the first substitute of the season for San Antonio. As we thought, will come on for Cheno Guzman, who will leave tonight scoring the first goal of San Antonio FC's campaign all the way back in the 9th minute. And a real fantastic game forever this evening as he pockets his 17th career goal with San Antonio FC.
Guzman had a really good game. You know, you could argue that you'd like to see him stay out there for the next little stretch. He's been moving really well. He's been clean in his pass. He's created a lot for the team tonight. What a great start of the season for him.
Perano concedes. James Musa going the other way. Hauled down by Jamison, getting right into the game early. We talked about Bradford Jamison before, the native of LA, product of the Galaxy Academy, has played with both Galaxy 2 and the first team in Los Angeles. And now he's here in San Antonio, still under contract to Galaxy, but on loan to get his opportunities. Adam John. Asante. Nice ball to the outside. Dumbaya. Off of Lance Lang. Oh, Cardone came out to challenge that one. He might have caught John there in the middle, and Adam John is down. Done intentional for sure here as trainer comes out to take a peek at Adam John.
Cardone comes out really strong here, and it's what you want to see from your goalkeeper, to come out and box that ball out high and wide. Really good job from him, and I think you know, the hitting John in the head definitely wasn't on purpose. He just came out strong, and fantastic work from the goalkeeper there.
John gets up. Take a look at tonight's Methodist Healthcare on the Mend report for San Antonio FC, and good news is, Matt, for the season they basically start healthy. Ethan Bryant is the lone player out for San Antonio with a lower body injury. Nothing that's serious, that's expected to linger for too long here, but you like to start the year healthy, and that's exactly where San Antonio is to begin 2019.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you know, Darren's been smart about this over the last 3 seasons, and again, maybe they're limited Guzman's minutes tonight as well, because I know their periodization model is always on point. They take really good care of these guys and make sure they're as fit as can be.
So with 20 minutes or so remaining, we remain leveled at 2. And ironically, the second half probably is more of what we're accustomed to seeing from a San Antonio type squad, except usually you get that in the first 45 minutes rather than what we got tonight. And the game certainly is settled in as we've pushed forward here. Musa puts it out wide, brought down by Asante. Asante slips around the defender, tried to play it into the middle. That's a great job coming back by Ebia Khan to make the play as he then gets run over from behind.
I think it's exactly what I would have expected here. Is probably went into halftime and talked about organizing a little bit better in those blocks, and they've clearly done that.
Forbes, Pirano, back to Billy. He left the ball behind him, but he's able to recover. Batista watches him. Forbes bouncing off Batista. For Bradford Jamison, his first touch. And Wazinski will fall on it. A strong young fellow, Bradford Jamison. And a big target at 6'3", 165 pounds is what the 22-year-old is listed as. Asante with the booze raining down as he brings it the other direction. Aguinaga. Asante. Middle of the park, Lambert. Switch the play for Amadou Dia. Dia keeps it low. John Lambert. Looking in Aguinaga's direction, Lambert gives it a go, just wide. Not afraid to shoot. Kevon Lambert had 3 goals a season ago. And he put it on his left foot there.
Yeah, he sure did. He really got a hold of this, and it had me worried there for a second. Puts it out on his left foot, gets a hold of it. And that thing was probably going in the back of the net if it was on target.
Lambert is spent a little bit of time with the Reggae Boys, the Jamaican national team, playing in the Gold Cup, of course, that run a couple of years ago. Oh, can Billy get to the edge of that? He cannot. Wazinski comes out to take it away. Yarrow will return it to Matt Cardone. With just over a quarter hour remaining in the match, San Antonio and Phoenix leveled at 2 on a dandy of an opening night match here at Toyota Field. Pirano. Got a foul here. And a card as into the books, Junior Flemings in the 75th minute.
Okay, and this is a really nice run from Pirano, an inside-out run. He goes out, he finds an angle on the ball, and again, he picks it up and attacks. And I tell you, until Phoenix finds a way to deal with this kid running around in the seam and in the gap there, they're just going to continue having issues with him.
Well, the speed for San Antonio alone provided by Pirano and Billy Forbes now. Night and day, perhaps, from where it was last season. And a look out here, counter opportunity, Junior Flemings. He played that ball a little bit too far ahead of him. Gedic came in to knock it aside, and then That ball rides out across the touchline. It'll be a throw for San Antonio. Mala. Mumbaya had pressure coming from Lang. He just did well to get it away.
It's good work from Lang. He closed that ball really quick and forced that turnover.
See Yarrow there. He's looking in Billy's direction. Stepping up with the interception, however, Lamar Batista. Musa, Lambert, Mumbaya, right below us. Asante watched there by Jack Barmby. Switching the play over to Dia. Flemings trying to get it back on his right foot. Pirano there to take it away. San Antonio on the counter. Here's Bradford Jamison. Not the best ball from Jamison. The idea right for San Antonio to try to get it upfield and work their own little counter. Junior Flemings will keep this one in play. He's right in front of the San Antonio native Devin Vega. Looks like will be the first sub used by Rick Shantz here tonight for Phoenix Rising FC. That'll be a foul on Pirano. And for Devin Vega, former San Antonio FC midfielder, he will come into this game tonight as we'll take out Jose Aguinagua. Made his Phoenix debut this evening. So Aguinagua out, and the 20-year-old Devin Vega, now in his third full season in the USL, is on. And a smattering of cheers across Toyota Field, of course, as they remember Devin. 5 goals in USL play, 3 with San Antonio 2 years ago in 14 career matches.
Devin's another exciting young player, and I'm sure a nice moment for him to get on the field in front of his hometown fans. I'm sure he's got some friends and family here as well.
San Antonio had possession, but a foul and a card shown to Mala as Pirano was brought down. Duigi Mala. And usually they would let this go, but it was a pretty vicious challenge there from Duigi Mala.
Yeah, it sure was. He took that elbow right up into the face and definitely deserved a card on that. That one probably hurt a bit.
So Duigi Mala goes into the books where he joins Junior Flemings, Kevon Lambert, and Adam John tonight. And dangerous set piece opportunity here for San Antonio. And a little bit closer to the goal here for either Barmby or Lang. This one from about 25 yards out.
From San Antonio, I'm going right back to that same ball they played last time. Jidic on the back stick.
Barmby. Good save, Wazinski. And a corner for San Antonio will be their 8th of the match.
It's a good hit from Barmby. Made the keeper work on that one, which is exactly what you want to see on set pieces.
So the left-footed in-swinger, Jack Barmby, comes over to the corner stick to take it in the 80th minute. 10 minutes plus whatever added time remaining here on opening night. Barmby to the near post. And it's an own goal for Phoenix! Adam John puts it in the back of his own net, and San Antonio is ahead 3-2. A great hit by Adam John, unfortunately, into his own net.
Well, you got to give credit. Barmby really hit a good ball in there. And when you put dangerous balls like that into dangerous spots, things like this happen, and give San Antonio the lead. 3-1 in the 81st minute.
So the own goal against Rising has San Antonio up 3-2 with 10 minutes or so remaining. An eventful night on the score sheet for Adam John. He has a goal, he has a yellow, and now he has an own goal. And a yellow handed out to Mumbaya. He goes in the books for the challenge.
I think it's really important that San Antonio settles into this game now. They've let Phoenix come back and answer twice. I think it's really important that they keep those blocks tight, defend, keep possession of the ball. Just be smart with it inside the last 10 minutes of the match.
Mubaya with a collision on Ebia Khan. So San Antonio looking to hold on here in these last 10 minutes. On top 3-2 after the own goal. Challenge from Kai Green, the throw awarded to Phoenix. Lambert. Mumbaya. Asante. Musa. Switching the play across. He's looking in the direction over here to our left side of Jason Johnson, who came on after the own goal, the former San Antonio FC striker. So Johnson is on for Phoenix, their second substitute. And San Antonio getting set to insert their substitute, and that is the veteran Michael LaHood. He's getting ready to come on here as Asante makes the move out wide on Ebia Khan. Asante puts it across the face of goal. Johnson brings it down, but heads it out of the box. Devin Vega will pick it up there. Mumbaya putting it back out wide to Asante. Looking to play it in. It's off Lang and a throw. And the subs coming on for San Antonio. It'll be Michael LaHood. As he'll come on for Christian Perano. And on the other side, Joey Calistri will come on for James Musa. What a night for Christian Perano in his San Antonio FC debut.
Fantastic debut. I cannot wait to watch this kid through the rest of the season. He's really going to impact, not only San Antonio's team, but he's going to be one of the most exciting players in the Western Conference to watch. Fantastic debut for that kid.
Meanwhile, the opportunity in the box and a corner awarded to Phoenix.
It's John on the end of that ball again. You know, he's been in this mix all night, and I think as they close out this game, San Antonio's gonna have to keep an eye on this kid. He's putting himself in really good spots, and he's a handful.
Asante will take the corner. Good ball delivered in, looking in Jason Johnson's direction, defended out by San Antonio. Running the other way is Billy Forbes. Mala able to get back. Here's Lang. Michael LaHood. LaHood spends the last season with Cincinnati. Pekka to LaHood. Veteran of 10 seasons in professional soccer. Former 9th overall pick by Chivas USA back in 2009. 122 games of Major League Soccer experience for Michael LaHood. Jidic. Barmby over the top, a bit beyond the reach of Bradford Jamison.
It's good stuff from Jidic there. You can see now Darren Powell's doing a good job here. They clearly have a plan for this. They've looks like dropped Pekka into the gap there.
Almost a 4-5-1 here.
Yeah, he switches between a 4-5-1 and a 4-1-4-1, but they clearly have a plan for this, and it's exactly what you want to see.
Yarrow for Pekka. And played forward by Abiakan. Phoenix down to 3 minutes plus, and then whatever remains in stoppage time. Amadou Dia. Jason Johnson. Sante puts it off Dia. This is tracked by Devin Vega. Batista. Asante. Asante! And well done by San Antonio. Really not giving up very much of anything in that sequence.
It's great work. Their blocks are a little bit tighter here. Like we said, when you drop Pekka into that gap, it doesn't let them, break that gap and play through the middle. So as of right now, Phoenix is having a little bit of trouble playing up through the center of the park. And I think if they're smart, they're going to try to get that ball out wide and get some balls clipped into the box if they can in the last few minutes here.
Asante has probably been more the creator tonight rather than the finisher. For a guy who scored 14 times last year, that may surprise you until, of course, you remember he had over 100 chances created. So he can do a little bit of everything. Dia puts this one in, defended out, lands back to Asante. Asante is run over. And a dangerous free kick opportunity now here for Phoenix. And if they had Didier Drogba still on the roster, this would be right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think the fans would be sweating a little bit more.
Fortunately, they don't.
Asante's, again, there's a reason he's wearing the captain's armband tonight. He's, he finds ways to put his stamp on the game, and if the fans like him or not, he's, the smallest player on the field.
Great save, Cardone. Sprawling out to deny Dwigi Mala there for that attempt.
And again, that's another chance that was created from Asante's work. Great hit, great save from Cardone here as well.
Asante to take the corner. And just missing Adam John. And that looked like it rode out. It did. Boy, Adam John on a low ball that was played towards the near post was able to get under it. And a great header to the back post, didn't miss by much.
No, telling you, you're going to have to keep an eye on this guy in the last few minutes. I'd almost make sure he was doubled up or at least go man-to-man on him. He's finding little spots in the box. He's had a good game tonight.
Take another look at it. San Antonio will have to sweat out another 5 minutes of added time here. That'll be provided in these closing moments of the match. Lambert goes upstairs, goes down as we play on. Bradford Jamison. Billy Forbes. Forbes, great save. Again with the left foot. Wazinski got a piece of that. And San Antonio, their 9th corner of the match upcoming.
Tell you what, you know Billy Forbes is feeling it when he's hitting shots with his right foot. And he gets a hold of it too, and it's a good one.
Of course, San Antonio in no hurry, trying to see through these last 4 minutes plus of stoppage time. Up 3-2. Forbes just trying to maintain possession over at the touchline there. The throw for San Antonio is, it was brought down. Might actually get the more of a free kick here. Yeah, it'll be a free kick.
Yeah, and I expect more of the same. That's really good work from Billy. He's strong in that position, holding the ball off, killing off some time. San Antonio will probably ask for 10 a couple times, play it short to Billy again. Hopefully they can seal this thing off.
Billy Forbes, was he able to play it off the defender? He was. And more excellent work there in the corner for San Antonio. Earns them an opportunity to kill some more time. And finally, Asante comes in to take it away. And goes through Forbes and Barmby. And here is Asante getting upfield. Phoenix moves into the attacking third. Devin Vega to the trailer. Batista. John puts it out wide. Lambert to the back post. Lands. Oh, what a play coming across by Kai Green as it was about to land Joey Calistri. Here's Dia. Dia towards the back post. Cardoni gets up top over John. Put back to the opposite post. Johnson brings it down. The equalizer for Jason Johnson. It's stoppage time. He levels the game at 3. In the 93rd minute, the former San Antonio FC striker Jason Johnson may have stolen 2 points from the home side tonight.
Yeah, again, Phoenix gets that ball out wide like we talked about and puts dangerous balls in the box, had Cardoni going from one post to the other, and it's just a shame they couldn't clear that out. But fantastic job from Phoenix there to keep their heads in the game. And again, where'd that all come from? That came from Asante picking the ball up, split 2 defenders there. The game could have been finished off down there if they could, get pressure on that ball, not let him out. Asante creates that, almost out of nothing from the opposite end of the field.
And that's a great point because that won't show up in the box score or the score sheet at the end of the night. That's why he's an MVP candidate, folks.
Absolutely. I told you he'll find a way to put his stamp on the game. That's a really good example of it. It's incredible work from him.
It'll be a throw for San Antonio. Probably more than just a minute remaining here in added time. We'll see how Malik Badawi referees this finish. Vega off the turnover from Pekka. You got Asante out wide on one side. You got John on the other side. He's looking in John's direction, and a nice job by Yarrow coming back to get a piece of it. Batista puts it back to Wazinski. Johnson chips it in the box. Look out, Gidic That's going to result in a corner here in the closing seconds and a last opportunity for Phoenix. As Asante will take probably the final possession of the night here. And Darren Powell's got to sweat out one more corner set piece. Three right center of the box there for Phoenix. Asante plays short. Vega looks inside the box. One last strike there for Dia Arai. And both these teams deserve it of 1 point. And that is how they will finish level at 3 apiece tonight at Toyota Field. A wild opening night match where it looked like San Antonio had 3 in the bank, spoiled by the former San Antonio striker Jason Johnson in stoppage time.
Yeah, that might be a little tough to swallow for San Antonio. You had the lead 3 times in the game and let Phoenix back into it. To Phoenix credit, they never gave up. They keep pressing and put the ball in good spots.
Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for San Antonio FC. They will welcome in Portland Timbers 2 coming up next Saturday night. Then it's on the road in Colorado Springs, and we'll take on the new Austin Bold before it's back at Toyota Field for the next 2 games against Las Vegas and LA Galaxy 2. And I tell you what, Matt, if any of the remaining 33 games are like what we saw tonight, we're in for a fun season here at Toyota Field.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll tell you what, though, it's some things that I know that'll get cleaned up. The hardest thing to do in this game is to score goals, and San Antonio was really good at attacking, creating opportunities tonight. So I know they'll clean up, and this back line will get much improved.
Goals tonight for San Antonio: Cheno Guzman and Billy Forbes, an own goal as well. Your club season continues next Saturday at home. They'll take on Portland Timbers 2. Kickoff is at 7:30 right here on ESPN+. Now, for Matt Barnes, our entire crew, I'm Dan Weiss, thanking you for joining us. Our final from Toyota Field, San Antonio FC 3, Phoenix Rising FC 3. This has been a presentation of the USL Championship and Spurs Sports and Entertainment. So long, everybody.
Or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.